So an update on my autism stories for April. I am answering some questions, and the question today I wanted to answer was a little bit about our story and kind of how we progressed through. So one of the questions from the group that was asked was, when they looked at some of Gavin's videos and his story, it seemed everything went smoothly after we adopted the Sunrise program. Did we ever run into difficulties? Things that went into stagnation, and how did I and my family move forward? First and foremost, absolutely, things have not always gone smoothly. However, I feel that the Sunrise program helped me to embrace the attitude of choosing my own happiness. And the creators of the Sunrise program started with themselves, and I truly 100% believe that helping our children through the journey of autism, through the process of recovery, whatever level that might be, I truly believe in recovery, and I truly believe that we have to help ourselves first. So I spent and still spend a lot of time on fueling me, fueling my heart and my soul and my brain to continue to focus on hope, belief in the possibilities, and know that every time I struggle or every time Gavin went into a tough spot, I needed to come back to me and how I was looking at it, how I was reacting to the situation, what I could do to help me in that moment. Because me getting upset and frustrated and worrying and anxious did nothing to help him. And so absolutely there were those moments. Absolutely there were setbacks. There was times when he really struggled. And I'll go into that a little bit more. But first and foremost, it comes back to you, to us as the parents, to first handle our own emotions about it, our own fears or feelings about it from the very beginning, and deciding that we were going to embrace this program. That is what I came to believe and fully embrace and knew I needed to focus on. So the Sunrise program really is based on your own beliefs, and it uses what's called the option philosophy, and really embracing what your beliefs are about things and how that impacts how you behave, how you interact with people, how you go about your day. If you decide to see your child's autism as a tragedy and as a horrible thing and as hopeless, you will behave differently with your child, about your child, with other people, as far as advocating for your child. You will behave and do things differently than if you decide that your child's autism is perhaps for a reason, perhaps a gift, perhaps here to teach you something. And I had to believe that. No, I didn't like it. No, I did not immediately embrace it and see it as a gift. I cried, I screamed, I swore. I went into a funk myself. I struggled a lot. And I'm not saying that the struggles that I see in so many parents' lives and in so many children emotionally, physically ill because of the stress and the challenges of autism, that is hard for me to say. Just choose to see it as a gift. I don't mean that. But I do know that for me, no matter what the challenge was or for whatever was going on at the time, I knew I had to figure out a way to embrace what was before I could make any changes. Before I could help Gavin through what was going on, I had to find a way. Truly, I had to find a way to see something good in it, or to just know we are okay in this moment and we will make it through to the next day. And I still work on that. I still have days where I, would want things to be different. and where I see him struggling, especially with socially, with peers now and everything, because he's come so, so far in all of his development. But there's still some big impact that affects how he is with other people. And that's hard to see. It's sad still. It's hard to think, why can't we get through this part? But then I have to come back to the idea that we will, and to help me get through this part and to help him get through this part, I need to focus on what we're doing right now in the moment and engaging and loving and being with him as he is right now. Because if not, I'm focused on everything else. I'm focused on everything else besides helping him in the moment. And that's not going to get me to where I want to be and where I want him to be. So I really, every single time, I'm just thinking back on the different moments that there have been setbacks, and the different days and the different weeks and the different schools he's been and the different situations that have come up. So no, our program has not always been smooth, and but my mindset is focused on the positive every time. So I guess I choose to find meaning in the tough moments. I choose to figure out what I can see good about that. And I also try to step back and take a big picture look. So I don't, in the moment, I do sometimes focus on that little stuff. But I then stop myself and try to step back and take a big picture, like, okay, this is where he was. It is 4 years later, and we are in a different hemisphere from where we were before. So those little days of him maybe regressing or having challenges at school that he was doing fine with and now they're a problem, or the millionth time that we sat there and played with trains or stared at the wall for minutes, long times, those were all worth it. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I just encourage parents to try to stay in the moment. Try to stay in the present moment with their kids, because those little moments are what add up and what really matter in the long term. Those are the little moments that create that special bond with your child. Those are the little moments that create that maybe ounce more of interaction that day, or him catching your eye and knowing that there is a connection and there's a bond there. So it's one of the biggest takeaways I think that I took. Sorry. And I don't apologize for emotions, because that's part of who I am and part of what got me to the amazing life and place that I'm in today. But I want to be able to talk to you. So, those little moments that you stay present with your child, that you hang in there, that you talk about the same topic or activity or same script or same movie or same book or song or whatever, again, with your child. Those moments add up and they do matter. They are what create those memories and those bonds and that sort of gateway to more with your child. So in the moments that you're feeling like this is a setback, this is a obstacle, really try to focus in on staying present in that moment and keeping yourself calm and not letting your brain spiral off into the what if this is forever, what if my child never learns to potty train, what if my child never learns to say I love you, what if my child never starts to say my name. These are all things that we went through and thoughts that I had and thoughts that I constantly tried to reel myself back in and focus in the now and then move forward. I think that really answers, it's really focused on our own attitude, focusing on your own mindset, stepping back and looking at the big picture and looking at progress. And I think this is something we do all so much, is compare our child to other people. children on the spectrum, we compare them to typical children. Typical children we compare to other children that are better at a sport or better at a subject in school, or it's always so much comparison. And I think one thing that really helped was me trying to sort of put my blinders on and focus in on, this is just our race, this is just our journey, and I need to focus on where we're going, being where we are right now, focused forward on where we're going, and looking to the past sort of as, okay, that's where we've been and we've learned so much, and we're just going to keep going and keep moving forward, and trying not to compare to other children, even other children on the spectrum, because they are all so different. None of us walk the exact same path, but I know for me, knowing other parents with children on the spectrum has been a godsend and has helped me to know that there's people out there who really get it. So if you are a parent who is struggling and really just could use that connection with another parent, please feel free to reach out anytime. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm super open about our journey and happy to answer questions. And I'm not by any means saying you must do this. I don't know what you must do, because you have your child. I just have my child, and I know what's worked for us or what we've done that maybe hasn't worked, that's been a struggle. But by no means am I ever trying to say this is how it has to be. It's just what's worked for us and what I encourage other parents to think about, because it's a different perspective than many people or professionals may talk about. So thanks. Hope this is helpful, and have a great day. See ya.